Hi there, Chris here, another quick tip for you all. In this video we're going to take a look at painting a Bretonnian Lance. And so for this example here, we're going to look at the little squire here, and he's got his little lance going. And we're going to paint the lance so that it has a wood-like texture on it. It has like a wood grain. And so the lance we've done is base coated in Baneblade Brown. As we can see here, just a simple little base coat of Baneblade Brown. Keep the wood kind of nice and light, kind of like a... like a light maple or something like along those lines. Who knows what they're making their lance out of. Then we're going to take some Rhinox hide. We're going to mix a little bit of aluminium medium into it just to thin it out just a little bit. We're going to use our artificer brush or whatever fine detail brush you happen to have on hand. And basically we are going to begin drawing little lines down the shaft of the lance. And as you can see here, I'm trying to keep the head pressure very, very light. You can see very little of the bristle is making contact with the surface as we work our way through. Trying to keep the brush as perpendicular to that surface as possible so that you keep a very consistent thickness of line running down the shaft, making everything fairly uniform. Now, again, the lines aren't very straight. And in fact, if they got a little bit of a squiggle to them, that is fine because, again, wood grain can have some squiggliness to it. It can also have some really, parallel features where the lines seem really straight. But again, it's entirely up to you as to which way you want to go about it. It's not integral to the viewer to interpret it as such, and so it's not really that important as long as you just keep the lines fairly consistent. You can see there I got a little bit thick on some of them, but kind of a funny angle to get at some of those little spots there. But again, just to be mindful of it. Agrax Earthshade is next, and we are basically going to just tint the entire lance in this, and we're going to bring the deeper color up towards the end of the lance. I don't know, the arrowhead or the lance head, whatever that bit's called. The point that hurts people. And so we just lay down one coat, and once that's dry, we about halfway up the lance, we lay in another coat, again giving us a bit of a transition in the lance so that the deeper color is up near the metal end, and it's a little bit brighter down by where Buddy is handling it. Baneblade Brown and Screaming Skull in a mixture of 1:1. Roughly 1:1, I always say, as it is kind of, it's not exactly scientific, precise measuring from just a little dollop of paint on the end of a brush, but it's all we got. So, and here basically I'm taking this mixture and from the handle, or from where the hand is grabbing the lance, I'm basically creating the highlights in the top portion of the lance. Coming from there, and I'm trying to stay within the confines of where we had established some of those brighter points as I work my way through. Of course, we could have always gone in with some Baneblade Brown on its own just to reestablish some of that brightness and then come in with this color. It's entirely up to you as to which way you want to do it, and entirely up to you as to how how dense the lines you want as well. I find that on smaller details like this, the denser the lines, the better, as it really does convey that sense that it has that texture and it has that wood grain quality to it. And again, the reason why it gets brighter by the hands is, you imagine that, the hand is wearing away at the wood. And so that's why we've highlighted in that such a fashion there. And then really quickly here, just to finish off the lance, I'm coming in with some Rune Fang Steel. The lance head was given a coat of lead belcher previously. But I think, doing the metallics is pretty straightforward here. I'm just quickly throwing in just some little edge highlights onto the lance head itself. And, of course, the Agrax Earthshade that was on the metal as well gives it a kind of a worn quality as well. Or possibly it's even dried blood or, something horrible like that. But that is pretty much it. As you can see, again, that's creating a wood grain effect on a Bretonnian Lance. Well, this is the Squire. But you can do the same effect to the knights themselves. It's as easy as that. Do not be afraid to give it a try. We've got even more painting tutorials in the silver MiniWarGaming vault. You can watch another one today about how I went about painting the entire 18 legions in the Horus Heresy, pre-Heresy color schemes. Just click the link in the video description below to watch it right now. If you don't have a MiniWarGaming Vault membership, you can click the link and sign up for a free 7-day trial. Make sure that you get the silver membership so you get access to all the painting tutorials, and you'll get instant access to over 1,000 painting tutorials already in the vault. And so thank you for watching. Happy wargaming.